said that you help to milk cows.
Yes, I milk the cows, and I milk the cows, and I milk the cows. I feed the calves. I'm scrape the barns. I fix the cows when they're sick. You know, sometimes when the cows got that fever.
Fever?
Yeah, I put the medicine in the vein right here in the neck. Sometimes put in the neck and put in the two places for. And sometimes when the cows got the problems in the feet, you know, I fix and I put the veins and everything. Yeah, and I sometimes when the some cows when the got the babies, so sometimes it's noisy when the cows. I have the cows for put the calves.
You have to help pull them.
Because yeah, I put the cows because sometimes the cows is supposed to come to the hens. Sometimes the cows come back once, you know. Sometimes it's noisy for the cows, and I got a jack and change and help the cows.
Is it common for the cows to have fever? Is that normal? Is it often for them to have fever?
Es común para las vacas que les dé calentura. Seguido.
Yeah, sometimes you know sometimes when the rain, when the too cold, the cows got that fever. Yeah, so when I put the two bottles, when I put the two bottles in these cows, the cows stand or fast, you know. Yeah, that medicine is good when the cows got that fever. I put two bottles in the vein, and the cow's fine.
So, if rain is getting cows sick, does that mean that they stand outside in the rain
Yeah,
all the time?
all the time. Yeah,
They don't have shelter.
no, stay in the field.
And when you say milk, you know, a lot of people picture, you know, hand milking, but that's not what you were doing, right?
No,
What were you doing?
all the time before when it start milk. Okay, it's supposed to check the cows. Check the cow first, because sometimes before when I put the machines in the cows, it's supposed to check the four teats, because sometimes got the cheese. The teat is supposed to check the milk, so when some cows got the teats got the cheese in the teat, this is not good. Sometimes it's got mastitis.
Mastitis.
Yeah. So when some cows got the mastitis in the milk, it's supposed to milk this cow in the milk tank. It's supposed to milk in the can. I move the hoses, and I milk in the little can. Yeah, because when the cheese go in the tank, it's not good. And I put when I see some cows got a lot of cheese in the teeth, I put in the corral, and I put a medicine. Yeah.
But for the most part, the cows are hooked up to machines.
When in the barn it's got the cows in the two sides. Just put 10 cows in one side and put 10 cows in 10 and 10. All the time when I put the machines, I put 20 cows, 10 and 10. Yeah, 10 cows on this side and 10 cows on this side. I put the 20 machines all around to the cows.
And machines. How long does it usually take?
Maybe sometimes some cows is too hard for stay for milk. Sometimes 20 minutes. Yeah.
And then you move them out?
Yeah.
The next ones come through.
Next coming, yeah.
How many cows?
For all the cows, for maybe 650 cows.
In a day?
Yes.
Milked on the machines?
Yes. Yeah, 650, something like that, yeah. First two guys, because I milk half time, and the other guy half time, because it's noisy for one person, yeah.
And you scraped the barn.
Oh yeah, well, so sometimes so it's a lot of cows. It's a lot of cows, and because for milk, so the cows stay a lot of time. That supposed to push the shed back, because sometimes when the cows stay in there a lot of times, sometimes when they sleep the cows down in the shed, it's not good for the, and I need a scrape. Yeah.
So the barn would get filled with poop during the milking process,
Yes.
and sometimes the cows would have to stand
It's,
and lay down and
sometimes because sometimes when the new cows stay there. So sometimes when the old cows, no one stay a lot of time in there. So it's a lot of shit in the front and it is scrape, push the manure back, because sometimes some cows want to sleep and them in the shed is not good for the milk.
yeah, I would imagine not. So the older cows had a harder time standing.
Yes.
They're just
No, these some cows no all the cows is standard. So some cows wanna sleep and down in the shed. This is why I'm scrape.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about the babies.
The baby's calves. So just one guy. This guy come start feed the calves. Well, when I feed the calves, I start maybe 5:30 in the morning. So I come to the barn for the milk barn. So I take some milk for the little calves. Yeah, for the new babies,
Yeah.
for the babies, because sometimes I use my fingers for stuff, because some calves when the maybe 2 3 days the new, I'm supposed to put a finger in the mouth, put the bucket and put the milk and maybe push the cap a little bit. Then put a finger in the mouth and the cat look for the finger and go like drink the milk, because these new caps no easy for feed it.
You were teaching the
For
calf
teaching for the
to
cap,
drink from a bottle.
exactly, yeah.
Why couldn't the calf drink from his mother?
No, because when the cows got the calves, when the cows got the bull calves, it stay for only one day. Stay in the cow when the bull calf. When the heifer calf stay 3 days in the cow. So when the calves stay 3 days in the cow, I put in the place for no more cow. I put in a little place for
The little white thing.
yes.
So, female babies, girl babies,
Yeah,
stay with their mom 3 days.
3 days exactly. Yeah,
Boy babies stay with their mom 1 day.
one day because sometimes every Monday when the I put all the boy calves in one corral, and every Monday somebody come for the boy calves and take it. Yeah, and the heifer calves stay.
Okay. Who picks up the boy calves exactly?
Who pay?
Who comes for them?
Just sometimes it's got a different people, because every it's different.
Where are they going?
I think I'm not sure, but I think that guys take to Sacramento.
For?
Yeah, take to Sacramento, because that guy's gonna care every Monday. This guy got a big trailer, and this guy put and this trailer take maybe 200 more calves in this trailer and take to Sacramento.
For
I don't.
auction? Slaughter?
I think I'm not sure. I don't know.
Every Monday?
Every Monday, yes,
Every Monday the baby boys are picked up.
yes.
How many usually?
Oh no, this ranch. No, I see when I see that trailer, I see maybe 200 in that, because it's a big trailer. So my boss sells sometimes maybe 14, 16, 20 calves every Monday. Because sometimes when the cows got the babies, sometimes the cows got a boy calves and heifer calves. This way sometimes 20, 14. Different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so those cows get on a truck with a bunch of other baby cows,
Yes.
and they all go to Sacramento.
Yes. Mr. Yasmin.
just a little bit more with the calves so that I understand. If that many baby boys are being born, they can't keep all the girls, can they?
Yeah, that guys keep all of baby girls because when the baby girls, this guy leave the calves because when I feed the calves with the babies, this guy leave the calves for later milk the cows.
To become moms.
Yeah.
Okay, but to keep all of them, because that's so
Yeah,
many.
all of girls. That guys keep all of girls. The boy calves, this is going. That guy sell all of calves. The boy.
Is there a certain time of year that more babies are born, or is it all year?
All years.
All year.
year. Yeah.
Who, when it comes time at the 3 days or at the 1 day for the boys, who separates the baby from the mom? Whose job is that?
Me?
You do that.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah. I keep the the heifer calf in the calf for 3 days. So when the calf stay in the 3 days in the mom, I put in the corral separate because somebody when I not feed the calf, somebody feed the calves, and these calves stay maybe a lot of time for milk later, for more this milk. When these calves stay in there for a long time, maybe some then later milk the cows.
right?
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
What's it like taking the baby away? Is it hard? Do they fight? Does the mom fight?
Oh yeah. Sometimes when the separate the calf, the cows not lie because the cows looking for the calf. Sometimes when they catch the calf for take it out, so sometimes the cows looking like this and follow me and broke the fence because the cow no wanna lose. The cow no wanna lose the calf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does she make a sound? Does she call to her baby?
Oh yeah. Sometimes when the got the calf go like ooh, and looking for the calf and go walk all around to the field for looking the calf. But I can put it back because my boss say, David, you put the calf in the right place.
How many?
And this cow no see the calf no more. When the day separate, the cow no see the calf no more. Because sometimes when the milk barn is in one side, when I put the calves in separate, a lot of be separate place.
Now, as a little kid, I'm guessing you thought all the animals were kind of cool.
Yeah.
You enjoyed the animals.
Oh yes.
And did you ever become friends with any of them, or get attached to certain ones, or
Oh yes, with the baby heifers.
with the baby
We
heifers?
would where my aunt used to live, her trailer was at. You can see the heifers from there. So they have them in the little white houses. So we would ask my dad, and my dad would take us just to kind of look at them because they were right by my aunt's house.
What were the babies acting like in their little cages?
I would hear them the sound like they make when they're babies, and what I would say, oh, it's sometimes because they're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And when they would feed them, the person that would go around and feed them, sometimes it was my dad, and sometimes it was the other workers, and they were hungry. After they would feed them, they would lay there on their little hay, or they would be inside of their houses.
Did you ever witness the process of removing them from their moms?
Yes.
You did see that?
Because it was right outside where our house was. It was right in front of where the barn was at.
So there was a designated place where
Yes.
the separation took place.
Yes. It was right, because they have the barn where they milk them, and then over on the right side they would have that thing where they put their heads in, kind of like the lock, and that's when they were take them if they were having a difficult time.
So if the mom was fighting too much,
Yes.
they locked her
Yes.
in that thing.
To help her have the baby calf. But I remember sometimes they would actually, there was people that would go over and tell us like, oh, the cow's having its baby, or it just delivered it, and it would be out in the field.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I remember as a kid, lots of people would come by and be like, oh, the cow just had its baby and it was out in the field. Because I think they had a place designated for the cows that were going to have their babies.
We saw one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want to tell anyone though. Because I didn't want the baby taken away.
Yeah. And that's one thing that my dad would always tell us. And he would always tell my mom, I feel like when we take the cows, it's kind of like if they took our kids away. He's like, because animals are just like us. He's like, if they take our kids, we're going to suffer. He's like, and the same things happens with the animals.
Well, I couldn't help but wonder if you do that to a mom over and over and over again, what happens to that mom in her mind and in her heart? I mean, did you ever see moms like that? Like, did you ever observe behavior in the animals that made you think?
Oh, there was some of the cows. Like for example, when they had their babies, like my dad mentioned, when they would take them away, they were like, we would always say like, oh, there's the mean cow. It's like, Murr! And it was like, it would like try to hit the fence or would just go around in circles. And my parents said, oh, it's because it's looking for its baby.
So it was called the mean cow, but the
it
reality
wasn't, now that we're older, it wasn't a mean cow.
It
was just a mom looking for its baby.
How many times does that happen to a mom? Like the same cow, how many times does she have a baby?
For maybe all the same time. How many times for the?
No, one cow.
One cow?
One individual cow.
Yeah.
How many babies does she have while you live there?
Maybe 3 times.
And then what happens?
No, when this cow got three times the calves, the boss sell the cows.
The mom.
The mom, yeah.
After the mom has given birth 3 times.
Yes,
Then she is trucked off.
Yes, Yeah, when I got three calves or 4 calves, because sometimes when some cows got 4 calves, it's too old already.
How old is that?
Maybe 8 years.
8 years?
Yeah, maybe 8 years or 9 years the cow. Yeah.
What's the youngest cow to get pregnant? How early do they start?
The cow maybe 3 years.
3 years.
Maybe 2 years or 3 years, something like that. Because sometimes when I put the baby calf in the corral, so I leave this calf stay for maybe 6 months in there, 6 months in the not the same place, because when a baby like this and the calf go more like this, it's got 3 places. The first time it stayed in the little corral, when more big is in one corral, and maybe when they're more big in separate different corral. So when I got maybe 6 or 7 months, no, maybe 7, something like that, my boss take to the marshal in one big place for walk, put a lot of heifers in the field. So this guy got it 2 fields. And one field over here and one field this side. When the calves is more, when I got 10 year, this guy put the calf, the heifers, no calf now, this time it's the heifers, put in this side, because in this side you got the bull calves, the bull, and this guy, and the bull fuck the heifers, and it stay maybe for 9 more months and got a baby. Yeah, maybe 2 years in something like that.
So they're naturally impregnated. It's not a machine. The bull has sex with the female, and they all get pregnant that way, or is some of it artificial?
So, lo que él dice, todas las embarazaba los becerros, ¿que no?
See?
O es artificial.
No, so the ball carry the heifers.
And you said one of your jobs was to feed the calves.
When I feed the calves,
Yeah, tell me about feeding the calves. What do you feed them? How often do you feed them?
okay, so when I feed the calves, so all the time I use the milk cow. Every morning I go in the back. I got the big bucket like this, and I bring a lot of milk. This is a milk. I feed the calves
What milk is it?
for the cows.
Is it the same milk from the same cows?
Yeah, no. Sometimes I got a milk cow, and sometimes I mix. I put the little what is socks something
Powder formula.
formula. Yeah, exactly. Formula I use sometimes I put a little formula in milk cows and I mix because my boss say I don't want to use only milk because the milk is too expensive and a lot of cows and then I needed milk for the milk truck.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of calves. This is why my boss wanna mix the milk for the calves. Yeah.